What's up, everybody? This is a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and this is the debate with the NESBITT'S, raw and uncut. Today's topic is going to be to forgive or to not forgive. I'm going to let my husband Smooth lead with the topic of forgiving or not forgiving, because this is his topic of the night.
Well, to forgive or to not, or not to forgive. For me, I look at that subject. I came up and I thought about that subject because I look at who has forgave me and what I have been forgiven for. So that's how I look at this topic. For things that I might have done on my own to where I had to be forgiven. Okay, so that's the reason why I came up with the topic. Now, I didn't come up with the topic because I had to forgive somebody, or it was mostly because of what I've done in my own life and how many times I have been forgiven for something that I have done. So, yes, it's to forgive or to not forgive. And for me, it's to forgive things because I'm not unblemished enough to not forgive things. So to forgive or not to forgive, it's like I'm grateful to the people who have to the people that have forgiven me for my transgressions. Maybe not against them, but just because of the person I might have been at the time. And you know, it allows me to see that. And to be honest, to be real, to be honest, it makes me forgive more easier. It makes me forgive more easier. I'm not talking about forgetting things. It makes me forgive more easier because the people that forgave me, gave me a chance to redeem myself in a way to where I could stand like this. I could keep my chin held high and know that, look, the people that deal with me on a level like this. They forgave me like that, and I never tarnish that. Because to forgive or to be forgiven, for me, to be forgiven is more like, damn, somebody's giving me a second chance for them to understand that I don't maybe want to be this person. I might have been this person because of this reason or whatever that is. It's just that for me, it's more on the level of people forgave. So I forgave things too in my life. I have, babe. I forgave things in my life. And I'm a forgiving person, but I'm only a forgiving person because people forgave me for my own transgressions, for my own things that I've done that wasn't right. And people forgave me. They forgave me because there was a time in my life that I wasn't a good guy. See, there is different kind of guys, the nice guy and the good guy. There was times in my life where I wasn't the good guy, and the good guy is not like the nice guy. The nice guy allows everything to happen to him. The good guy doesn't. But there was a time where I wasn't the good guy and people forgave me. So
I think when it comes to forgiveness, that's something that
yeah.
I'm learning in life to forgive
Okay.
people,
Okay.
and move on, and not in another kind of way. Because me, I can move on and not fuck with you, not speak to you, not talk
And
to you
still not forgive
ever,
you.
and still not forgive you. But it's a process, and I believe
It is.
that
It
I'm
is.
learning about forgiveness, because it's not just for you. Um, the people out there who you're forgiving, it's about, yourself.
That's it.
So
It's
the
about
bad
for
stuff
you.
is not on you, and
Right.
the weight's not on you,
Right.
and
Right.
you holding the thing to
Right.
yourself.
Right. You're not internally taking this within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to forgive for whatever transgressions that was against me, it's a little different, because it's more like I'm going to do that because I need for my space and my soul. I need my soul to be okay. I need my
Right.
soul. I need the essence of me to be okay. And maybe people don't understand that. Maybe people don't understand that when you forgive, the essence of who you are is protected by who you are. And I know it sounds a lot, but when people get back to being in the essence of who themselves are, they hold their own self accountable for the things that they do. And when you're a person that holds yourself accountable for the things that you do and you say, I'm sorry. It might not sound good to a lot of people, but when you're that type of person, you're gonna always be okay, because you're gonna learn how not to do this or how to do this. And that's what you're gonna learn. Because the person who holds themselves accountable is that. So forgiveness for me is, it starts with me first. It starts with me first. Accepting the fact that people forgave me for who I am and my own transgressions against maybe these people. There's people in this world that have forgiven me for the things that I've done to them.
But have you forgiven people for what they have done as
Well, 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 I'm glad. Damn, babe, that's a good question. Damn, that was good. That was all right. So I wasn't the guy. It wasn't the people. It was only persons that I'm either, that affected me in a way to where I felt like I couldn't forgive. But I have gotten to the point to, even with those people that I have forgiven, and it felt so good to me. It felt so. It just felt so good to forgive the person that I love more than anything that I loved in my life at the time. It felt good to forgive that person. It felt good. It felt so, so deeply. I'm talking about good to forgive that person. It felt so good. It felt so good for myself. And I felt bad about feeling so good about it, because it felt like it was selfish for me to feel this good about forgiving somebody. It started to make me feel like I was being selfish. So I started to reach out. I started to want to be more in contact with that person. So I didn't feel guilty about feeling so good about forgiving this person.
well.
So to forgive or not to forgive, for me, it's like there's it's deep for me. You know what I mean? Because the person that I forgave for the things that I blamed them for and punished them for and looked down on them for, I forgave them for all of those reasons. I forgave them for the fact that they was a victim to all of these things.
And this is why I'm still learning, because I don't know what he's talking about. I have no clue. One, the level of forgiveness he's speaking about right now, unless he reveals. But that's why I'm learning it on a lot of different levels. Because for me, I mean, I could forgive you and forget you. I could do that too. So, what I'm learning is forgiving. Okay, well, I didn't know what you was doing.
Yeah, but
I didn't know what you was doing. So what I'm saying is, I can forgive also today and see if I can still fuck with you on little bits of levels, and that's what I'm learning today. That's what I was really trying to say.
No, but I just figured you would understand what I was saying. I just thought that you would understand what I was saying because there's not a lot of people in the time that me and you been together. Mm-hmm. For you to know who I am, you know there's not a lot of people that I look at it like this. Me and you just had a conversation the other day when it dealt with her. Mm-hmm. And that's the only person in my life that it dealt with these type of things with. Mm-hmm. So that I just thought that you understood that.
No, it's not about understanding.
It's not about.
I didn't know what you was talking about.
My thing is this.
I didn't know what you was going.
It's about forgiveness.
It is.
The subject is that.
It is.
So what I was talking about is forgiving a person that hurt me the most. Mm-hmm. And there's only one person on this planet that hurt me the most. You know that, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, as my wife today, you know that there's only one person on this planet that hurt me the most when I was at my most vulnerable stages in life. Mm-hmm. So, that's why the subject is forgive or not to forgive. Mm-hmm. Because
thankfully you forgave.
Forgiveness is about you, not the person.
Right.
Forgiveness has absolutely nothing to do with the person. My forgiveness is only for me. It's for me to be able to understand. I'm giving forgiveness because I understand what you went through or what you were going through. And in those things. So my forgiveness is because I understand where I might have made you even feel like this to where you acted like this. So I'm forgiving you for your transgressions, not for you. For me.
Right.
Why? The reason I forgive you is because myself, need to be okay with knowing that, look, this is what it was. This is not what is ever going to happen ever again. This is where forgiveness comes in at. Mm-hmm. So, for me, when it comes down to I forgive you for whatever transgressions you did against me, is because I know, look, I'm never going to allow you to be in this position.
Right.
To look at it like it ain't this. We gonna have conversations, motherfucker, more often than we did last time. We gonna be able to talk about things because we need to be on the up and up about shit. Because I prefer that way. The reason why I prefer that way is because I grew up learning things a different way. And when you learn how to hurt people and you know how to hurt people and you're comfortable with hurting somebody physically, you get to the point, if you're a person like me, you will get to the point to where you like, that's not what I want to do. I don't want my result. I don't want me to, my last resort is to be doing this.
Right.
I want this to happen so that me and you protected. If I gotta hurt somebody, it's because I'm doing it for us. Not, I don't want to hurt you. So to forgive you is for me to say, I never want to hurt you. I never want to get in a position where I have to hurt you. Whether it's mentally, emotionally, or whatever kind of way it could be, I don't want to be in a position to be able to do that, so I forgive you for myself. Because when I forgive you for myself, then I know me and you will never be in this type of situation. And that's just it for me. So forgive, and I love all the people that forgave me for my transgression. I love all the people that looked at me. You got a friend. Look, and you have a friend who has a mother that says something to me, and she didn't know me from a can of paint for real, and she said something to me that changed the way I think and see things. You have a friend. I'm not gonna mention.
But she knew the family as well.
But listen, you have
like she ain't
But
know
listen,
that.
you have
She
a
know
friend.
that.
All I'm saying is this: you have a friend who has a mother that I, until that day,
Right.
wasn't introduced. See, I'm
right.
going off of just what it was. You have a friend that has a mother that said something to me that ain't nobody on this planet up until the time she said that to me. And still, there has never been anybody else that said what she said to me. So for me, forgiveness is a big thing to me. I can forgive you. I don't have to forget about the type of person you are. I can forgive you for what you did, but I'm not going to forget who you are. So we will never be in a position of where I have to forgive you again.
That's why I keep saying, when it comes to forgiveness, that I'm still working on it, and things like that.
She is, y'all. She's still working on it. But she's working on it. She's working on it.
And I'm not saying I haven't done it in the past or anything like that. I'm just saying that I'm trying to implement it more, because there's no reason to hold it inside. There's no reason to still feel ways. It's no reason to, all of that kind of stuff. It's just hard for me to differentiate the two. Right, the two. From, because I go off of morals, I go off of principles, I go off of codes and hood codes and all types of different types of things like that. So certain things is difficult for me to look at another standpoint.
Yeah.
No matter who you are.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
it is.
But I'm still learning, because I'm learning. Because I'm learning.
Listen, this is my
That's
bad.
what I'm saying.
And she just telling you the truth, though. So what y'all hearing right now, this is the truth. She's not trying to sugarcoat shit. She's not going to do that. But what I'm going to say is this. I'm good, babe. Okay. What I'm going to say is this. When it comes down to forgiveness, the two of us being together we have been able to do things that we probably wouldn't have done if we was on our own.
Right.
If we was on our own. We not saying if we was with this person or that person. No, if we was on our own. If it was to our own devices. Because there was a time, because I'm just being real and I'm just being honest with people. And I would like a lot of people to just be honest with themselves and know, like, yo, yeah, nah, I'm not this person, or I wasn't this person at the time, but I want to be who I like being. So for me, I like being the person that know I can go through life and live through hard times with my wife. See, these are the things that's gonna happen in reality. I want to be able to be the guy that can do the shit that's gonna happen regardless on how good you doing things. Something's gonna happen that you wasn't ready for, and I just want to be able to know that I'm going through life like that with the woman that I'm supposed to be with. So I must forgive outside of my woman. My woman doesn't have to. She has nothing to do
and
with.
I have to do the same.
She has nothing to do with the people that I have to forgive. She has nothing to do with it. But I want to live a life with her like this. So the only way I can really live a life like this with her is to forgive the people outside of her, of me in her relationship. I have to do that. I have to be a platform to where I'm clean and I'm good, and me and her, I could take on me and her worries. I can't have the worries of these things, because if I do, me and her platform is very small. It's very small. That means me and her gonna get into more things, arguments that we shouldn't get into. Why? If our platforms for us to talk to each other is clear, we got a lot of space for it. We got 60, 70, 80 years of this that could stack up. See, for me, I'm sorry, this is just the reality. The reality is we got a lot of years that could stack up for us that we put on this platform for, that's amongst us. We put it on. This is our shit. This is our thing. So forgiveness to me is like, I need to forgive people. I'm appreciative of being a person that people have forgiven for the things that I've done. I appreciate everybody who has forgiven me.
Too.
And I look at it like this: to forgive or not to forgive is everybody's prerogative.
Right.
And I don't tell people what to do. I don't think nobody should. I'm not going to tell nobody what they should do. I'm going to say what I am. And a person is going to do what they need to do along the lines of that, because forgiveness is just more than just saying, yeah, I forgive you.
Well, what is a scenario or a situation where it may have been hard for you to forgive? You don't have to say no names. You know, the scenario is enough.
Right. Well, I've been through some things, right? And I'm gonna say like this: if a person that I'm next to on a regular basis, right? I'm next to you on a regular basis, and I meet, and you doing some other shit behind my back, and then I later on find out you've been doing this shit behind my back, right? Yeah, that's a thing that's like hard to, it's hard to forget about. It's
that's
hard
like
to
my number
forgive.
one.
It's hard to forget about. It's hard to forgive. My thing is this.
Because my thing is keeping a buck.
My thing is this. It's hard to forget about. It's hard to forgive. But I'm the type of person that I have done things in my life that is hard to forgive. It's hard for people that I've done things to look at me outside of what I've done to them. See? So for me, it's like, yeah.
But we talking about you, not them.
Yeah, so but my thing is, nah, but it has everything to do with that. It has everything to do
because everybody's not gonna be like
my thing is what you might have done before this is the same shit you feeling right now is what somebody might have felt before because of this is what you was doing. So for me to forgive, I have to ask for forgiveness. It's different for me. For me to be able to, yo, listen, this for my moms. When it come down to my moms, that's the only person that was a person in my life that I thought at the time that I would never forgive. Mm-hmm. Or never even look at like a certain way. Mm-hmm. So, I know for a lot of people they not gonna understand this, but for the person that birthed me, that brought me into this world today, is not the person that raised me. Mm-hmm. So, for me, it was this was the thing about forgiveness, and I keep saying that. I keep saying, look, my forgiveness comes from being able to forgive the person that I hated the most.
Right.
See, if we're gonna be honest, I'm gonna be honest. Hate is a strong word that people use very loosely.
Yep.
I was a child and I hated this person. Mm-hmm. See, I wasn't an adult and hated this person. I was a child that had to be taught you shouldn't say hate because hate is a strong word. And I would still say hate. Even once I looked up in the dictionary the definition of hate. Mm-hmm. And then the adults around me that took care of me, that worried about how I felt, that really, really wanted me to be okay mentally and emotionally and spiritually. They wanted me to be okay when they realized that I understood the meaning of the word, the definition of the word hate, and I still would be like this. Forgiveness to me is forgiving somebody that you might have been hurt by the most. Forgiveness to me is forgiving the person that might have hurt you the most to the core. Why? Because when you forgive that person, it ain't too many people that can hurt you this bad. After that, there's never been nobody that can hurt me this bad. It was people that could hurt me a different way, but not this bad.
This bad.
Not like this.
So do you think that you are more forgiving than me, or what?
I believe I'm more forgiving than you, but I could say this. This is what I'm gonna say. All right. Now look, babe. I might have not said this to you, because it's the first time you saying this to me. But what I would say is, in the time that we have been together, I've watched you become more forgiving. All I'm gonna say is, no person is perfect, and the people that know you might look at you this way, but all I'm gonna say in that, what you asked me is, I have watched you become a more forgiving person. I've watched you do that.
That's good. That's progress.
Yo, I'm just telling you, I've watched you become a more forgiving person. All I'm saying is this. I'm not trying to boast you up. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just telling you, the question you asked me, yes, I think I'm more forgiving than you. I do. Mm-hmm. I know, and without a shadow of a doubt, I know I'm 100.
And I think so too.
I'm probably like 100% more forgiving than you.
I know. I don't want to say I think.
I'm just gonna say.
I guess.
I've watched you become. I'm not going to do all the extra shit, but I watched you become a very more forgiving person than what you was when we got together. That's all I'm gonna say. I've watched you become a person that you are today, and I know who you are. I don't know. I'm not gonna go too far in because you got ex-friends, you got people, and so my thing is I'm not gonna go into
You
all
just
this.
took them out.
Yeah,
with
just
the length of time of us
being together and watching you being who you.
Some progress.
Right, I've seen a lot.
In me.
I've seen
a lot.
I've seen a
lot. Forgiving and not forgiving. And
I've seen a lot. Whatever. I'm just being honest. I've seen a lot. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not going in. I'm just going to say I've seen a lot when it comes down to you. I watched, and I don't have to say, and I've watched because I've seen a lot and I understand things. So for me, it's more like I want people to think to themselves, is it worth holding on to something that ain't necessary?
Right.
Or is it more worth for your own soul to forgive people that did things against you? I'm not a church person. Sorry, y'all. I don't got a scripture. I don't got no shit.
But he got some kind of words, huh? He got words.
But I don't got none of that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not a church person, so I'm not going to look for the book or none of that. I'm going to look for, like, we being human beings with each other and being like that. Because I was a bad human being. And I know I shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't have been that way when I was the way when I was. I know that. So my thing is, if you could forgive somebody for something, forgive them for yourself. Don't forgive them for them. Forgive them for yourself. Because when you forgive somebody, when you get to the point where you like, I forgive you, forgive them for yourself. Don't forgive them for them. Because you're going to always be mad about it. If you forgive them for yourself, there's no way you could ever be mad about forgiving them.
Right. And that's the thing with forgiveness and stuff. Like I said, I'm learning a great deal of that in this lifetime. I feel like I'm always surrounded by people that's, not that I'm not family oriented, because I am. I'm a Cancer. Shit, I got a whole bunch of Cancer placements, so I am. But there's a lot of people around me that are, to me, more of family. It seems like it's more family orientated than what I could be family orientated too. You know, on levels. Mm-hmm. And even outside of that, friendships and stuff like that, and just bonds or whatever, connections and things like that. So it's all of those things like in one for me. Because if I fuck with you, for real, then I don't look at you as just the friend. Even if I say this my friend. You my sister, you my brother,
yeah,
whatever.
Some kind of family
You know,
figure.
I might just be. It depends on the circumstance, because, you know, you might be around family and then you say
you
it.
Like a family, but you like a family figure.
But it's a family
thing. You like a family figure.
So
right.
That's how I look at things. What I value is people being honest, direct. No, I don't care. You don't have to filter out what you think of me or how you viewing me and things like that. When the day that you, and that's the issue, the day that you start acting like you want to say things to other people that you wouldn't say to me, and you still can't say to me, and you acting like you ain't going to say to me, yeah, that's the problem. Because when you cool with somebody, you can say this, you can say that. Whether they like the shit or not, that's not even the option. The option is not that you don't like what I said just now, or how I said it in the tone, or because I said this, or whatever. You gonna have to say that shit to me. And if you don't, I do look at you suspect. I do look at you different. I do have to look at your character. I do, yeah, I have no choice but to do that. Why? Because of the level, yep, me, because of the level I put you on. It has nothing to do with you now at this point. And this is something that I have to deal with myself. Because I put you here. Well, maybe you should have been motherfucking there. Okay? So that's me. But at the end of the day, I like peaceful shit. I like to chill. I like to have a good time and things like that. I like people to keep it real. I'd rather you show me who the fuck you really are, opposed to who you trying to act like you is. All of that shit corny. That shit is whack. I don't like none of that. So I'd rather this.
Yes, she do.
And because that shows me what I'm working with, what I'm dealing with on a level. But it doesn't usually always happen that way. It can. Sometimes it does. You know, it depends on who it is and all of that. But I'd rather that. Because every day is a part of me. Having a good time. You know, enjoying accomplishments. Life. Struggles. Strengths. Weaknesses. All of those things. I don't give a fuck what it is. All of that shit is a part of me because it gives me and my husband opportunity to come up with new shit, new ideas, new plans to be bettering ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. And in the end of the day, it's about the the topic is about, look, are we forgiven or are we not forgiven?
Right.
And my thing is this. Like I said to everybody, I'm not in a position to forgive everybody. And I'm not in a position to not forgive people. Right. I'm not in a position to not forgive you, and I'm not in a position to forgive you. I'm in a position of where I accept everybody that forgives me, and I forgive everybody. All I can do is forgive along the lines of the way I should forgive. So, for me, I've had situations with people that I love, man, that I was happy to meet for the first time. And it's different for me. For me, when it comes down to things, it's like, oh, I'm meeting somebody for the first time that's directly related to me. You see what I'm saying? So, forgiveness for me is like, do I want our lifetime relationship to be like this? Or do I want it to? Because I've always known and understood that my actions, my role is what can do whatever is going to be. Because nobody controls me. And I understood that from the beginning. So forgiveness to me is like, I've done a lot of things just knowing that. Just knowing that I can go out here and be like this. I don't follow people. I invent shit for people to do. I was the motherfucker that invented things, new ways to do this shit right here that's always been done. So you not gonna get bumped behind this shit, my nigga. And we gonna eat in a way that's like, it's like this. Or I'm gonna put a fear in you. I was the nigga that invented ways to put a fear in you that you ain't never gonna cross me. You gonna give me what I tell you to give me, and when you don't, and I gotta do this shit, you gonna know what I'm saying is absolutely for real. So forgiveness to me is about understanding the wrongs that I've done and the things that I gotta do in life. So to forgive is because there's things that I want to do in life today. now. These things that I want to do in life, and to forgive you is for me. Me forgiving you don't help you, bro, or whoever you is. It's not helping you more than it's gonna help me. Me forgiving you is so I can let go of this shit and be past this shit and keep it moving, cause I know I got things that I need to do. I am a husband. There is a woman that is carrying my last name. So there is things that's like, yo, look, in the end of the day, you can't be like this. There is a woman that's gonna carry your last name. You can't leave her in a situation. You can't have her in a situation. I'm not a perfect person, but the things that weigh on me matters more because it's just about what is for me and my wife and the people that I love, the people that she loves. My thing is, I know who she loves. Outside of me, I know who she loves. Yeah. I know who she's gonna be like this with. I know who she loves. I know who my wife loves with her heart and soul. I know who she loves. My wife loved me. I know that. But I know who she loves. So for me, it's like, forgive these things. People are letting go by the wayside. They don't care about forgiving and things like that. Because forgiveness takes a lot. To be a forgiving person takes a lot. And I respect everybody that forgave me, because I know it takes a lot to forgive me for the things that I've done.
And that's why I'm learning in that area how to do it more. Not that I haven't already been doing it, just more of from an understanding point. Mm-hmm. Like a level of understanding. Why you shouldn't hold on to it, or linger it longer than because life is short and things like that. So it's not that. Yeah. It's just certain times everybody is different, and they're gonna process things at different times. Mm-hmm. When they're able to mm-hmm. come and mm-hmm. address or whatever that is. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And see, for me, it's like I wanted this topic to be
I like this topic.
Something. I wanted this topic to be a thing not for me or not for you. I wanted to. This topic was for the people that is gonna watch this video. I want the people that's watching this video to think to themselves, there's somebody they may have to forgive. There's somebody that has forgiven them. I want the people that's watching this to understand, look, life is fucking short.
It is.
And if there's somebody that forgave you, appreciate and really, really, really appreciate the fact that they forgave you. When you know they know who you are and they still forgave you for the things that you've done or the person that you are, because you're going to be you. So they're going to forgive you for things. Why? Because you're going to start to learn how to be more respectful in the way you move about things. So they're not going to have to forgive you that much no more. They're going to look at you more like, look, I ain't got to forgive him. I know who he is. And he did everything that he needed to do to make sure this didn't happen. So I respect him. I love him. And I respect him. And that's just what it is. So for the people that see this, there's people that you haven't forgiven. Forgive them, man. Yeah. Forgive them for yourself, not for them. Forgive them for your own self.
My husband is sitting here trying to talk to me to forgive.
No, I'm not talking to my babe, but my babe knows that. No, my babe knows that. My babe knows that. I'm like this. I'm like, look, I'm not talking to her directly. She's gonna be who she is. I'm just saying for the people out there that's gonna watch this, that's gonna see this. It's not so, because I could talk to you about this.
I know.
So
that's why I said
it ain't that for me. Right. So this is more for the people in the world, because I could talk to you directly about this. I don't, you know I don't hide this from you. I don't keep this from you. I'm
not saying it like that.
No, I'm not that person. I'm just saying I'm not that person. I'm just letting the people out there understand, look, there's things that you're going to have to get past. And you're going to have to forgive a person, not for the person, but for yourself. Because you are the type of person that you can move forward and you could do these type of things. So if you can do that, and you able to deal with logic, man or woman, I don't give a fuck who it is, man or woman.
Yeah.
Take this advice and do this, because it's only going to help you in the end of the day. It's only going to be beneficial. It's going to be more beneficial to you than them, even when they benefiting because of this. It's going to be more beneficial for you than them, even when they benefiting from this. See? So you got to look at it like, I'm a person that makes things happen. My energy is going to make things happen. So I'm benefiting better.
I think like that.
I'm benefiting better. Why? Because I'm a person.
Sometimes you get like distracted, a little distracted, but don't I think like that.
When you're a person that holds yourself accountable for the things that you do, forgiveness is easy. Forgiveness to me is easy because I hold myself accountable for the things that I do. So the people that forgive me, those are the people that is like, oh my God, thank you so much for forgiving me. To me. Thank you so much for being able to see past what I was or what I did. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. For me, thank you for that, because now I ain't got no choice as a man but to do the right thing and do things in this way and make sure I can hold myself accountable. Because when people forgive you for your own transgressions that you did against them, it's like, damn, what can you say? What the fuck can you say? When somebody say to you, yeah, nah, I'm not going to hold that shit against you. That shit was then. And this shit is now. And I'm not going to let then be who you are today. And you like, damn, yeah, you right. Because that's not who I am today. Right. See? It's like, if they not holding this against you, and they like, because I see this ain't you, this ain't who you is today. And I know this ain't who I am today. And they telling you. So for me, it's like, I don't know. It's like forgiveness is like, forgive it. Some people you going to forgive of their transgressions. You just got to understand and not forget who that person is. Because some people is going to always be the person that they are. So don't take what I'm saying. And I'm not saying forgive everybody and be blindly in this. No, I ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, look,
you have to be alert. You have to be aware. You have to be cautious of what he's talking about, certain areas. But we're gonna leave this on this note for now, y'all, because I felt nice and lit, and I know my husband does too.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, and all I'm saying is, when it comes down to forgiveness, for the people that's gonna watch this, look within yourself first. Before you look within anyone else, look within yourself for the forgiveness Because when you look within yourself first, look within yourself. Don't look for people to forgive you. Look within yourself. And when you start to forgive, and when you start to do things, you'll be great. Because it'll happen for you. Forgiveness is, do you forgive or do you not forgive? And everybody's going to live their own life. If you choose not to forgive, you're going to be able to learn your own lessons that you need to learn too within that. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. So we're going to leave this on the snow for now. So this was the debate with the NESBITT'S, Raw and Uncut.
I love the way you say it. I'm sorry. I always try to hold it and I couldn't hold it.
We do it every Friday.
I couldn't hold it in.
We're going to start doing lives soon. That's coming soon. And that's going to be on a Friday, which is May 16th, 2025. But that is a little bit away. But we are going to do lives then. So that people could chime in and talk and say what they have to say as well. That's going to be season 2. Each season is 13 episodes. So we're getting close to the 13th episode of season 1. So the season finale is going to be something. We're going to plan something, have something real fly for that. For the ending of that, moving into season 2, which would be episode 1 of season 2 of the debate with the NESBITT'S, Raw and Uncut.
And everybody need to check my babe thing out. She got her astrology. It's
Force of Nature.
It's Force
Spiritual Awakening. So yeah.
Check it out. Keep it. Stay up to date with her because look, she know what she talking about. And what we doing here is great for us, but y'all need to go check her out. Like, just personally go check her out and see what she doing, because a lot of the things that we talk about will coincide with things that she say about, that she got going on her YouTube. So go check her out, for real. Go check her out and subscribe and do all the things that you gotta do. And you may find yourself wanting to read them one day. She can do it for you. So just do that.
And also, Twin Flame is coming back. I'm going to have that on my channel for people to purchase directly.
Y'all. Twin Flames.
My husband is having a gallery event. We're doing it together, and it is going to be called Imperfect Pieces. So it can be furniture, it could be chairs, it could be decks, it could be sheds, it could be all different types of things that he creates. But he does everything, just in general.
The gallery will be pieces that are made by hand from me with real natural wood, maybe some metal entwined and things like that. So it'll be one of a kind pieces. If I did this, I'd never do it again. So it's every piece that I'm ever gonna do is gonna be a one of a kind piece. Mm-hmm. No one will be able to have what you have in your house.
Because all of his pieces are unique and original.
Right. Because they're imperfect.
It's one of a kind.
It's not going to be...
So nobody gets the same kind of thing, exactly the same, it looks the same. Everybody's thing is different.
When you get yours, listen, your piece is not going to be the perfect piece that you would get out of a store. Your piece that you get from me is going to be a piece that makes people ask the question, how did he do this?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what your piece will encompass. Your piece will encompass the fact that people is going to want to know, how did he do this? How did he have this happen? Who did you get it from? And can I get one? And you're going to be able to say, okay, yes, he's this person. He did it this way, and I can't really maybe tell you how he did it, but no, you can't get this piece because he will never ever make this piece again.
Right. So the pieces are gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be exquisite, intriguing, interesting.
Right.
And they're gonna be for sale.
Right.
So
come to the gallery and enjoy yourself, and the subscribers, all her subscribers, will get a discount because
I said that in a video prior to this, so y'all can check that out. It's attached to the Aries the Warrior Seal. It's attached to that. I also mentioned that in there while my husband is saying what he's saying.
So all of your subscribers will get a discount because we're going.
All of the members.
All of the members. All right.
People that are members.
All of the members
that are nope. So all the people that are members, not subscribers. I don't want to confuse you guys with subscribing and being a member and all those other things that I said in the video. But if you are those things I said in the video, then you will receive a discount. Yeah, babe. Yeah. He doesn't know exactly what I said in the video, so he's saying subscribers. And that's not the same thing what we discussed on the other video. That's why I'm reiterating that. I won't confuse anybody. Yeah, babe. So, we chilling, we vibing, having a good time. Babe, got your drink, I got my drink.
All right, and good night to everybody.
He's saying good night. Well, I guess it's good night. And we're going to end this. So this is Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.